Hey TK, happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I have a cool book that I want to share with you. What do you see on the cover? What do you think the setting of this book is? Setting, where the story happens. Where's the setting? Is it on a baseball field? Is it at a school? Is it in the ocean? Where's the setting? The setting's where the story happens, and it looks like they're in outer space. It's a Cat in the Hat book, and it's called There's No Place Like Space. It's a Cat in the Hat book. Do you think there's going to be some rhyming in here? Do you think you're going to be able to guess some of the rhymes? So this is a fiction story. It means it's pretend, but there's a lot of facts about outer space in it. So you can enjoy a pretend story and at the same time learn a lot of real facts about outer space. There's no place like space, all about our solar system. There's no place like space. What do you see in the moon there? Who's in the moon? The Cat in the Hat. Looks like they're in some sort of spacecraft. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and we're off to have fun. We'll visit the planets and the stars and the sun. They're off. There's no place like space. I'll prove it to you. Your mother won't mind at all if you do. Should they go off on a spaceship without their mom's permission? No. But it's just a silly pretend story. Jump in, here we go. We'll fly up so high. We can dance on the moon and play games in the sky. We will swing past the stars, and in case you have missed them, soon you will see... ... We have to turn the page to find out. In case you have missed them, soon you will see the planets in our solar system. Look at, do you see the planets around there? We get to learn about different planets right now. There are 8 of these planets that circle the sun, and soon you'll be able to name every one. Do you guys know any names of planets yet? Mercury's close to the sun's burning light. It's hot in the daytime, but freezing at night. Hot, freezing day, night. So it's closest to the sun, Mercury, one of the planets. On Venus, the weather is always the same, hot, dry, and windy, with no chance of rain. Here's a little sign that says, today's weather on Venus, really, really, really hot. Nearly 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Yikes. Windy and dry. That's way too hot. Can you guess the next planet? Well, here's a clue. It's my home and home to Thing 1 and Thing 2. What planet do you think that is? Where Thing 1 and 2 and the Cat in the Hat live? You've been living on it each day since your birth. It's the 3rd from the sun. It's our planet Earth. It spins all the time, round and round like a top. It turns once every day and never will stop. This time the sign says, home sweet home. That's Earth. That's our planet. That's the one we want to take care of. This question had thing in 1 thing and thing 2 and a tizzy. Here's our question. If the Earth is always spinning, why don't we feel dizzy? That's a good question. If I spin around once, I'm super dizzy. The Cat in the Hat says, we don't feel the Earth as it spins on its way because we're spinning right with it right now, every day. Isn't that weird to think about? We're spinning right now. Do you feel it? Next, what's the next planet? Next, here is Mars. It's the color of rust. Ooh, we sneeze here because it's covered with dust. Ha ha ha, choo! But you're sneezing your elbow, right? He's not putting it in his elbow. Travel to Jupiter and you will find it's bigger than all other planets combined. So they were sneezing on Mars, now they're on Jupiter, and it's bigger than all the other planets all put together. That's really big. So we went through Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Which one comes next? It's the one with rings around it. What planet has rings around it? It's called Saturn. Saturn has rings, so it's light. Saturn has rings. It's so light. Who would think it could float in an ocean and not even sink? It looks so big, but it's light. It would float in the ocean. A planet can have satellites surround it. Uranus has lots of these objects around it. See the satellites around Uranus? There are colors in space. I'll show some to you. Neptune, planet 8, is a beautiful blue. Ooh, that's a very pretty color. We've seen all the planets. Now here's a trick to remember their names and remember them quick. Say, it's a little word trick. Say, Mallory, Emily Mickles just saved up 999 nickels. And then each one of those words stands for Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. It's a little trick. Mallory, Emily Mickles just saved up 999 nickels. There she is. I guess that's Mallory, Emily Mickles. Look at all her nickels in her hand. The first letter of each of these words is the same as the first letter in each of the planets you name. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Now, here's a game. Ooh, we like games. You can play in the skies. Connect all the stars you can see with your eyes. Do you know that if you connect the stars, they make pictures like dot to dots? There's the great dog, the great bear, Orion, the bull, the lion. It's star dot to dot. Use your imagination and you'll see big pictures we call constellations. When the stars make a picture in the sky, it's called a constellation. Can you say constellation? Their sign says a dog, a great bear, and Leo the lion, Taurus the bull, and a hunter, Orion. So those are famous constellations that you can go look for out in the sky at night. Gotta stay up really late to do that. A star in the sky may look small, like a dot. They look teeny tiny, don't they? But it's really a big, glowing ball. And it's hot. Isn't that interesting? And there's one star by far that is our favorite one. We can't live without it. It's our star called the sun. Did you know that the sun is a star? From the Earth, it looks big. There's one reason why. It's the closest to Earth of all the stars in the sky. But be careful and never look right at the sun. Your eyes would get hurt, and that would not be fun. You guys know that, huh? We don't look right at the sun. It's so powerful it can hurt your eyes. The sign says, how big is the sun? We just heard right this minute, 1 million of our Earths could fit right within it. That's really big. If you take all 1 million planet Earths and put it inside the sun, that's how big it is. Wow. No wonder it's so powerful. Oh, look at the time. We must go very soon. But first, we should take one quick look at the, what rhymes with soon? And it's shaped like this. Soon. Moon. The moon does not shine in the sky in the night. Doesn't? I see it shining. The moon does not shine in the sky in the night like a big mirror. It reflects the sunlight. So the moon's not shining, but the sun's shining on the moon, and it looks like it's shining from where we are. The moon's been really pretty this last week. That's so interesting. What do you think's happening here? Astronauts flew to the moon to explore a place no one had ever been to before. Real people have been on the moon. Isn't that amazing? They walked on the moon and then drove all over in a special moon car called a lunar rover. An astronomer studies what's up in the sky. Thing 2 wants to be one. In fact, so do I. Did you know that there's a job called an astronomer? And they study the sky and the stars and the constellation and things that are happening in space. Do any of you think that would be a cool job, to be an astronomer and study the space? The universe is a mysterious place. We are only just learning what happens in space. Scientists are still trying to understand space. We're just starting to figure it out. Maybe one of you guys will be a famous astronomer and discover something new about outer space that nobody knows now. So, I brought you a present to look in the sky. Just put this telescope up to your eye. Have you ever got to look in a telescope in a museum or something? It's like binoculars or a magnifying glass, but way more powerful. Some are so powerful that you can look at the stars and planets really close up. Pretty cool. Oh dear, I must fly back up to the stars and take things 1 and 2 out to dinner on Mars. But there's lots to discover, and it might be you who looks up at the sky and finds something new. That is pretty cool to check out a telescope and see what you can discover. You see the cat in the hat on the moon? I like that book. Can you remember some of the planets? I bet you can. What else did you learn from the book? I like how this book is a mixture of pretend, like the Cat in the Hat's Who's Pretend, and real facts, like the name of the planets. Pretty cool. I like that mix. All right, how about calendar? Let's see, remember yesterday was Monday, May. Hey, those are both M words. Monday, May 11. What comes after 11? 9, 10, 12. And a 12 is a 1 and a 2, right? Can you write a 12 in the sky? 1 and a 2. Nice. Like that. 1, 2. I'm going to put that under Tuesday. Tuesday, May 12th. All right, let's count the days in May, and what should we do? How about we do a cross shoulder tap? Cross your arms. Okay, ready? It's gonna be hard for me while I point, but you guys can do it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good counting, TK. Good reading, good listening, good thinking. Miss you all so much. Big hugs.